Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coe Show. My name is Mason Coe, and I am here, as always, with my co-host, Aaron Coe.
Hello.
You can find me on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe and at Aaron Coe 29 for him on Twitter. Buy his book. The ebook is on Amazon, and the hardcover is on Lulu.com. How's your week been?
Pretty good, just staying at home and wearing masks and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing too exciting.
yeah.
Saw some basketball. That was kind of fun, even though fuck the NBA for not giving my Sonics back. But I have enjoyed watching some of it.
The basketball has been really good. There's been a lot of really good games. I was trying to stay awake yesterday during the Jazz Nuggets game. It was like a super exciting game, and I was hoping it wasn't going to go into overtime because I knew I was going to fall asleep. I was about to take a nap. But yeah, I missed the end of that game, but it was crazy. There's been a ton of crazy games, and a lot of like really surprising, surprising emergences of players and teams. Obviously, like T.J. Warren. There's Bubble T.J. Warren is on par with flu game Jordan and mask LeBron and all that. So yeah, I mean he's averaging like 34 a game or something insane. Got traded by the Suns for cash considerations. And speaking of the Suns, they're actually only a half game out of that ninth spot to play in for the playoffs.
Are they 5-0?
5-0, yeah. Devin Booker
crazy.
averaging like 35 a game. Maybe if they kept T.J. Warren instead of their cash considerations, they'd be like a 7 seed. Who knows?
Yeah.
I didn't realize T.J. Warren was averaging like almost 20 a game, like this year before.
I didn't know who he was until a couple of weeks ago. But I don't follow, as we discussed, I don't follow it that closely. But he's hitting some big shots. He hit some big shots. Was it yesterday? I think it was. So not just scoring a lot, but hitting some key buckets as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the Lakers are like 1-4 in their last 5. I think. I mean, they already locked in the 1 seed, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But there's been, quite a few, interesting stories. The Bucks maybe lost a couple games they should have won. And Dame Lillard, we're big Dame Lillard fans over here. He
knocked out the Thunder out of the playoffs, so yes.
Yeah.
That's when I became a fan.
Yeah. But he's been my favorite point guard for probably 4 or 5 years in the league now. He's always been criminally underrated, but he unfortunately missed 2 free throws in a row, 2 huge free throws that potentially could have closed out the game against the Clippers, who ultimately, I mean, I think they definitely want the Blazers in the playoffs because that's out of the teams that are in the hunt for that 8 seed. I think the Blazers are definitely the team that could possibly beat the Lakers.
Yeah, their best case scenario would be to have somebody else knock the Lakers out of there, and it seems like Portland would be the team. I mean, are the Pelicans going to beat the Lakers?
No.
The Grizzlies. I mean, are the Grizzlies going to beat the Lakers? Probably not. But the Blazers, you could see, I think Barkley predicted it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But take that for what it's worth. But you can see it, like it's a possibility. So I'm sure. But yeah, so the Clippers hold Kawhi out, but they still the Clippers still beat the Blazers anyway.
Yeah. So there's 3 games left. Obviously the Suns are a half game back. So I mean I guess that means the Blazers might have only 2 games left because they played, I don't know, but only a half game back. So
how do they do it again? So if the Blazers are in 9th place and they're how many games can they be back? And then there's that little
I think
series?
it's 3.5. So whoever's the 9 seed is gonna, unless the 9 and 10 seed and 11 seed all lose out and the Grizzlies win out, pretty much it's guaranteed that there's going to be a play-in.
Right. Okay. And then the 8 seed has an advantage, right, in that situation.
Yeah, so the 8 seed only has to win one game, and the 9 seed has to beat the 8 seed 2 times in a row. Okay. So it's like a modified 3-game series.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
Or
okay. it's like a 5-game series, but the 8 seed has a 2-1 lead.
If the 9 seed wins the first and loses the second, the series, it's over.
It's over, yeah.
Okay, so they have to win the first 2.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so it appears that unless the Grizzlies lose a couple in a row, it appears that the Grizzlies will be in the spot where they can just win one and be in the playoffs. But back to Dame missing those free throws. This is the reaction from the Clippers bench. Obviously, Pat Bev was on.
After the Lillard miss, Morris
favorite athletes
and Beverly reacting.
Dame time. So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Patrick Beverly's not playing, but he's still enjoying himself.
Just don't get hurt over there, Pat. I mean, you're out with an injury, and now you're falling off
I'm pretty sure that Kawhi
table there.
What
Lasers, a big bubble blow.
In response to that, you got Dame Lillard here in the post-game press conference.
My team needed it, which was a failure for me that I can accept. But asking me about Patrick Beverly, who I sent him home before at the end of a game. Paul George just got sent home by me last year in the playoffs. So they know that the reason they reacting like that is because of what they expect from me, which is a sign of respect. And it just shows what I've done at a high clip more times than not. So I'm not offended by it. If anything, it should just tell you how much it hurt them to go through what I put them through in those situations previously.
All right, so I hope you guys could hear that. On our end, when we're recording, we can't hear that, but yeah. So basically, his message was he sent Pat Bev home, he sent Paul George home, which is facts. I mean, yeah. As much as I love Pat Bev, I also see that the players that he he thinks he's like rent free in their heads usually are the players that have given him the most trouble too. So right. It's like, yeah, I mean, as much as, obviously Dame should have hit those free throws, but as much as Pat Bev wants to chirp, and also Paul George here too, Pat Bev, Cancun on 3, because the Trailblazers are going to be going to Cancun after they're not in the playoffs. And then Paul George commenting, and you getting sent home this year, respect. And then I don't know how I feel about this, the whole... It almost seems like Dame Lillard is staying on the Trailblazers as an excuse to lose. Dame Lillard comments, keep switching teams, running from the grind, your boys as chumps. So, I mean, that's funny, obviously.
It's interesting that Portland, I think Portland, I don't know why they haven't been good. I mean, they had Paul Allen own the team. They have all the resources that they need.
Good
they
coach,
just haven't found the players.
Yeah, that's weird.
Put it all together, but you would think Portland could be a place that that could do well, that could put together a good team.
Yeah.
Obviously, I respect guys that stay with their team and try to get better.
Yeah.
Try to get their team better. I don't know. And then he has an interesting way of being cocky. It's like a thoughtful cocky.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? He plans it out. He does it calmly. It's interesting. He's an interesting person.
By the way, Carmelo, Skinny Mello. Have you seen Slim Mello at all?
I heard about it. I haven't seen Portland play at all in the bubble, so I haven't seen him. But I've heard that he looks good.
Yeah, he looks really good. Let me see if I can get a picture.
He always had a little. I don't know if he just has a fat face or.
No, I mean he's always had a little. He's always been a little pudgy.
Pounds.
That's been.
There's a reason you've never seen the guy with his shirt off.
Yeah, I cannot see here.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean
he looks very different. His face even looks very different.
Yeah. So yeah, he looks really good, and he's been playing really well too. Yeah. The Blazers. I I mean, as much as it would be cool to see the Suns get into the playoffs, and also as much as I want to see LeBron just have an easy first round, just because, I want LeBron to win the chip. As a basketball fan, I want Slim Melo.
You just want to be able to argue. You want to hold that over my head and the heads of all the Jordan fans. That's the only.
No, I really love LeBron, and I just want him to win a championship. I'm just rooting for a player I like, and I mean, I like to see LeBron win. So, yeah.
You just want to be able to hold up 6 fingers. That's all you care about.
Fuck Howard Schultz.
Fuck Howard Schultz. Fuck Howard Schultz.
Ben Simmons is going to be out for the season. He's getting surgery on a loose body in his knee.
He has a body in his knee?
I know, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Ben Simmons getting an abortion out of his knee?
Oh, my God. We just lost 2 of our 3 listeners.
Yeah, so... I mean, obviously that's a huge hit to the Sixers, who have already had a disappointing season. It'll be interesting to see, if Joel Embiid can stay healthy through the playoffs. I could see him, wreaking some havoc and shaking some things up in the East, but I definitely don't see them getting past Toronto, Boston, Miami, obviously Milwaukee. I mean, I don't think I would be surprised if they make it out of the second round for sure. Honestly, I don't know who they're slated to match up against in the first round, but I'm pretty sure it's like the Celtics. So I don't even think they're making it out of the first round.
Do you think the Greek Freak is going to be okay? Because he looked like he was a little bit lost in the game. He airballed a free throw. Who airballs a free throw? I don't airball a free throw.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, you don't want to read in too much into those, but then it's also like Nick Anderson, And then the thing is, Giannis kind of came back and wasn't playing all that well, I feel like.
His
after
shot
that,
looked horrible.
He airballed a 3. I mean, did he Nick Anderson himself? I mean, obviously probably not, but that would be really insane if he airballed a free throw and then got the yips and all of a sudden he sucked. But no, I mean, actually though, Giannis, he was questionable, and man, Kristaps Porzingis needs to fucking check himself, dude. He gave up 21 points to Brook Lopez in the second quarter.
Brook Lopez.
This is how old is Brook Lopez? Hold on. Dude, 21 points. That's more than that's on pace for the Kobe game.
Brook Lopez, he's not known for his hops or his quickness, right?
Right. Yeah. Good. He's 32.
He can hit threes.
Yeah.
He blew by Porzingis. Just absolutely just went right around him and dunked like he was the Greek Freak.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I don't know how you let that happen.
Pat Connaughton was out there chanting, it's Brooklyn Brook, it's Brooklyn Brook, because Kristaps Porzingis was making him look like he was back in Brooklyn and 27 years old,
Right.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Porzingis, he had some good moments on offense, but he also, I mean, he looked like dog shit, man. He really did.
He looked bad in pretty much every phase of the game.
But Luka, 36, 19 assists, and I think 13 or 14 rebounds. Also made, I don't think it was the games, it was the points before the game sealing points. Had just a dime in between his legs. You even said you think he's the best passer you've seen since Magic Johnson.
Especially as a bigger player.
This dude is less than a year older than me, I think.
Yeah.
That's
oh my gosh.
so nuts.
I mean, there are other players like Stockton and some other guys, but as far as a guy who's 6'9", I can't think of a guy that I've seen. The only guy I could think of was Magic Johnson that made better passes than I saw last night. Mm-hmm. That's really the only game I've seen him play.
Yeah.
To be fair,
yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched that team at all.
Yeah.
But I was very impressed. I haven't seen someone pass like that. Obviously, LeBron has more assists per game.
He is AD though. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
if LeBron didn't have AD, he probably wouldn't have more assists than Luka. And I think Luka's in third.
But Luka was making passes where you're like, whoa! I want to see the replay on that. That was unbelievable.
Ones where like, a lot of assists in the NBA, you can kind of see him like right before it happens.
Yeah.
But he'll go down the lane. He makes those passes where you like don't like it takes you a sec to find the basketball again because you don't even realize what he just did with it.
Wait, yeah, I didn't see it coming. Yeah, I was very impressed with him.
Luka's third in assists this year.
I'm not sure if he can guard my mom, but offensively he's unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of, I mean, I guess we kind of stepped away, but from Ben Simmons' injury, speaking of injuries, though, John Isaac, I don't remember if we already had talked about it. He did a hop step and tore his ACL and his meniscus, and so he just got surgery on that. But I think basketball players should stop being taught the hop step. It's how Derrick Rose got injured. D Wade, I don't know if he had like a devastating knee injury from a hop step, but that was one of his signature moves, and he always dealt with knee injuries.
Right.
And then now Jonathan Isaac, and there's definitely more examples out there, but just jumping up in the air and just landing like that, as someone who's like 6'9" and like 220 pounds, it's just like it's not gonna end well.
Yeah, if you do that a lot, that's a lot of pounding just over time, and then in that moment, it seems like a bad plan.
Yeah, and it's Jonathan Isaac, man. He was just seeing kind of a surge in his play. He's a great defender, and I think potentially him and Markelle could be like really exciting to watch in the future. So I don't know where they're at in the standings, the Magic, but they actually might be in the playoffs, but they're gonna get shitted on by probably the Bucks if they're in the playoffs. Speaking of teams that are going to get shitted on, the Nets actually ended up clinching without Kyrie or KD. So that's interesting. I mean, actually, hold on. I need to see if Jamal Crawford's doing well because I think I said he would average more than 20.
He's like 150 points or something like that away from being in the top 50 all-time scoring in the NBA.
And he like has never started.
Yeah.
It's so insane. Hold on, let me see. Okay, he.
Yeah, I think he's number 54 all-time right now.
Wait, he only played one game and he only played 6 minutes.
Oh wow.
6 minutes, 5 points though.
So
it's like, I mean, yeah.
I wonder if his role will kind of increase as he kind of gets kind of warmed up. I guess we'll see.
Maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, but I think I guaranteed he was going to average more than 20. I don't know if that's his fault though, but yeah. Anyway, Quentin Dunbar. Welcome back.
He's back,
Welcome
baby.
back, Quentin Dunbar. Let's go.
Yeah.
He didn't do shit.
Nope, I didn't see nothing.
Did you guys see it?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I don't even think he was there.
DeAndre Baker charged with 10 to life, potentially.
Yeah.
That's what he's facing. So good luck to him on that, especially if he actually did get like screwed over, then I really do hope that.
It sounds like it's clear that he was the one that had a gun, and he was the one doing the threatening and the talking.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Dunbar, I mean, who knows what happened in that room? Everybody in that room, everybody else in there is so shady.
Yeah.
That they can't be trusted.
That's the thing is, like, it's really hard to say, like, even if DeAndre Baker, like, what he did was really stupid and it's awful and it looks bad, but, he could have actually been getting, like, completely screwed over in that room, and he shouldn't have been there in the first place. He shouldn't have gotten himself into that situation. But, yeah, I mean, we have the best fucking secondary in the NFL.
Yeah,
like, this is insane.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He could still get suspended. There's that happens quite often. Jaron Reed missed 6 games last year. He was not charged. And it took a couple years for that to come through, though. But I imagine, the NFL tends to punish crimes against women a lot more.
Yeah.
Something like this, my guess is maybe they'll say you shouldn't have been there and give him a couple games, or give him a couple appeal. Okay, just 1 game. They might do something like that. But I don't see how it could be anything more than that if he's suspended at all. But yeah, this secondary on paper looks outstanding.
Yeah, and they pulled him off the exempt list as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
That those two pieces of news came out simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they usually do this, but I feel like when you get taken off the exempt list, I feel like it's usually like he was taken off the exempt list and he has a 4-game suspension. Isn't that I don't know if that's usually how it goes.
They don't put him on the exempt list very often.
That's what I'm saying.
It's usually pretty bad stuff that gets you on there.
I feel like when you're on the exempt list, most of the time you don't come off of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays all this season and then maybe next season after they've talked to everybody and interviewed everybody. The thing is, I don't even know if they're going to be able to interview all these guys.
True, yeah.
There's a bunch of fucking wise guys in there. I don't know. I don't know that they're going to be too willing to talk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He could still get suspended, but yeah, the fact that they already pulled him off of that list shows that they're not in any hurry to do anything. And let's just get through this season and worry about it later.
Not only was he not charged with anything, but there was no violence. I feel like for a non-violent thing, usually they're a little bit.
I think if he had had a gun in his hand, it would be very different.
Yeah, yeah.
But it sounds like, at best, it's mixed whether he had a gun or not. Mm-hmm. And people are pretty certain that the Giants player did.
Mm-hmm.
So if he didn't have a gun in his hand, I mean, it sounds to me, I think he was in there with that other NFL player, who they don't even really know each other that well, by the way.
Yeah.
And that guy stands up and starts threatening and taking shit, and Dunbar was like, "Yeah,
I'm not gonna be on the other end of this."
What do you do when the guy that you know stands up and is holding a gun? There's a bunch of shady ass people in the room. You don't stay there with the shady people. You go with the guy you know.
Yeah.
You get the hell out of the room.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows? We'll probably never know what really happened in that room, but. My guess is he sort of went along with it, but didn't really do any major. He didn't have a gun, didn't threaten anyone, so it's hard to. All they could do is say, "Well, you shouldn't have been in an illegal situation like that."
Yeah, and
that's about all they can do.
That's like I could understand that too.
Yeah, so we'll see. But hey, he's obviously was one of the most highly graded players in PFF. He does have sometimes injury history. There's injury can be a factor for him, so we'll see about that. But man, you got a wonder twin on the other corner, and then who's the other corner that we had last year that penalizes people all the time? I'm blanking on his name.
Trey.
Trey. God damn it, I can't remember his name. Anyway. He's not a bad player. He made some bad penalties, but coverage-wise, he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then, do you put one of them in the slot, or do you, it also gives you some flexibility to move some guys around. So, but yeah, on paper, it looks like, we may have the best secondary in the league.
And Trey Flowers.
Trey Flowers, yeah.
I kept almost saying Trey Adams, but I knew I was mixing.
Adams, that's a little different build.
Yeah. Trey Adams was stuck in my mouth for some reason.
6'8" offensive tackle, who's the slowest person in the combine.
Yeah.
Out of UW.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's obviously good to have this player back, and they need every piece they can get. The pass rush is still going to be a concern.
Mm-hmm.
So this hopefully helps get some coverage sacks. That's kind of what we're going to be looking for quite a bit. So yeah, it's good news for sure.
Player who did get charged, Darius Geis, charged with domestic violence, and he was released. obviously, you know, same thing that we kind of say for everything with this. Hope the victim finds help, primarily, and then, you know, hope everything comes to light. That's the truth. And if he did it, fuck him.
Yeah.
See you later. It sucks because I actually was kind of a fan of this guy. I thought he had like a pretty good story. But yeah, you know, sucks.
Yeah, it's one thing that as you get older, the longer you're a fan, the more guys you see that disappoint you. And it's kind of, I mean, I remember the big one for me was the Seahawks had a really good free safety named Eugene Robinson, who seemed like just a wonderful human being. So he leaves the Seahawks and goes to the Falcons, and the night before the Super Bowl, he gets busted with a prostitute. And like that was the day that I'm like, okay, I can't believe anybody anymore. Like, that's what that was the final one that kind of jaded me. So I try not to get too invested in who they are as people.
Right.
I would say that about I'll say that about musicians and actors.
Yeah, it's good.
Like
yeah.
Tom Cruise, do your crazy ass voodoo shit or whatever it is that you're into. Yeah. Whatever. You know, I'll watch your movie if it's good. But, you know, I feel a little bit about that with football players, but I don't want to hear, you know, if they commit crimes against women, they're kind of dead to me. Like that, you know, to me there's just there's never an explanation for that. No. There's never a good reason for that. So anyway, I don't know.
Another charge.
It's one more thing about Geis. It's interesting that the Redskins are trying to, like, they cut the guy immediately. I think a year ago they wouldn't have done that, but now they're like, we cannot have any more bad PR. Sorry, I can't call them the Washington football team. This is my purple jersey that I have on right now. That's the Washington football team. I'm gonna call them the DC football team.
All right. Yeah.
Or maybe the fucking DC football team, or the suck ass DC football team. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Another charge. Ex-Angels employee indicted for distributing fentanyl to Tyler Skaggs. You know, the whole drug thing is like a kind of my generation's like crack epidemic.
That's worse.
And I would agree it's worse. I've had many many musicians that I love die from fentanyl use, and like, I mean, people that I know personally. Yeah, man, it sucks, and I'm glad that this guy got caught, and yeah, rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs, and I hope that this issue gets solved, because I don't know why fentanyl is even being made.
God, it just takes such a minuscule amount to kill someone.
Yeah.
Man, anyone, I don't know who would be listening to this that takes painkillers or is addicted to them, but my God, at least make sure you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. Is you start first, it's a prescription, right?
Yeah.
You're taking Vicodin or whatever that you're getting at Bartell Drugs, and then you get addicted and you can't get prescriptions, so now you're buying shit on the street. You don't really know what it is, and that's what's killing a lot of these people. So fentanyl gets put in there, and man, there's been a lot of people, just, I guess, regular people that are dying from that, and it's just, man, oh man, it's so beyond sad.
A lot of really young people too.
Yeah, and it's easy to cover up. Like, if you're, you know, you brought up crack earlier. Like, if you're doing crack, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're on prescription medication, it's pretty easy to cover up your addiction. There
are a lot of people that just lead regular lives that like everyone in their life doesn't know that they have this like addiction. So until you invite them over your house, and suddenly you're
your prescription that you had a year ago that you never even took is gone.
Yeah.
Your medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a sad deal. And this employee, do you know a lot about the story with this Angels employee?
No, not really.
Yeah, I mean, he was enabling this drug use, and not just with Skaggs, but with some other players, and it's sick. Like, why don't you try to help a guy instead of feeding his addiction?
Yeah.
Stop worrying about getting him through the next game, and worry about helping the guy instead of fucking killing him. I hope this guy gets. I'm sure he feels terrible. Like, I'm sure he'll live with that guilt. I hope he feels terrible. But I hope he gets whatever the maximum that you can possibly get.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, he's pretty much a murderer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Fuck
I fully
that guy.
agree. All right, moving forward.
He's not even the stooge of the week, that guy. That's beyond, it's beyond that.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Moving forward, the MAC canceled their season. So what is kind of, I guess, more kind of the bigger story on this is, hold on, let me scroll over here. We got, actually, wait, hold on. Before we get there, we actually need to discuss something else first. This is more basketball beef. So, okay, if this could not just lag so much. So, as you guys can see here, if you're listening on audio, then sorry, but Kyle Lowry with a very egregious bad foul against Aaron Gordon. But
that happened in every game in the 90s.
The 90s were so tough. Wow, just the pussies that play today just can't keep up.
Soft ass people.
Soft ass pussies.
Fouled.
Okay, so
did he get injured?
No.
Quit your bitching.
Okay, Kyle Lowry fouled Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon calls him a bitch, and then Kyle Lowry says, "Come see me. 1836 is my room number." Those two teams stay in the same hotel.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so they're not bitches. They're gonna go fight each other in the lobby.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's the bubble content that I was excited to see. I'm glad we're finally getting it.
Wouldn't that be great if there was a team brawl in the hotel?
Oh my
that would be so great.
Yes. God, I want to see.
That would be awesome.
I would want to see that so bad. Yeah. So, back to the MAC canceling their season.
Yeah.
The bigger story on this, at least in my opinion, is this. This is a Power 5 source to Stadium. The college football season is done. I don't think everyone immediately follows the MAC. But it gives other league presidents one more reason to make an easier decision. Biggest thing is unknown long-term impact of COVID and liability issues involved. So I'm not entirely surprised to hear this. It's really sad, but it's probably for the better ultimately. And the people bitching about this are kind of the reason it's happening for the most part too, I feel like. Yeah, but even beyond that, what is interesting are the implications of the future, not only with other sports, just as far as the money that's coming in, but also a Power 5 AD texted, "You and your colleagues are chasing the wrong story. The virus alone is enough to stop the season, but presidents are terrified of players organizing. It's the paradigm shift to change amateur sports. You potentially lose one season with the virus. You lose the entire framework of your mission statement with players organizing. They need time to figure out how to attack it," which is really scary. A Power 5 AD saying that they need time to learn how to attack the players organizing.
Yeah.
That's that's like union busting.
I think attack is a poor choice of words, but they do got to figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah. So do you think
some of the demands are absurd? Some of them are legit, but
I think what they're doing, and this is what who is it? Cornerback on the Huskies.
Elijah Molden.
Yeah, it was Elijah Molden. He said that he agrees with a lot of the demands, and he said the reason that their demands are so absurd is they wanted to table the conversation and get in front of it. It's one of those things where if you ask for $100,000, maybe you can get 75,000, even though you were really hoping for 50,000. Like, they just want to like have these absurd demands, and then maybe they can actually get a little. Because if they just ask for reasonable stuff, then they're just gonna nothing's gonna happen, or they're just gonna get like a tiny little bit.
The funny thing is, I mostly only care about this if that's the reason they don't play.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack with all this. So as far as the MAC goes, okay. So one of the I heard that actually I happened to hear their commissioner on the radio this morning, or I think it was this morning. And basically, yeah, the one thing that none of us really are sure about is when you get COVID, how does it impact you long term?
Yeah.
So are your lungs affected forever?
Yeah.
I don't think people really know that for sure yet. So I get that. I still contend that more players are going to get it if there's not a season. Like if you were going to go to San Diego State as a freshman this year, I'd rather you were under the watch of a football coach than just running around on your own, to be honest with you.
That's the thing, though, is like a lot of these campuses are probably going to be closed, right?
Yeah, but again, like we talked about before, the parties aren't closed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would rather have your coach and you'd have some teammates saying, let's go to this party. You'd have some of your other teammates saying, dude, we got to take this seriously.
Yeah. Fucking
stay home. I would rather that than just a total free-for-all. Now, the MAC, here's the deal with the MAC. I don't know if a lot of people are talking about this, but when the Pac-12 and the SEC and the Big 10, whatever the fuck they're called this week, when they all went conference only, the MAC lost some huge revenue streams.
Yeah.
The MAC does not have a big TV deal, right?
Right.
So they don't have as much of a they are hurt more financially than the other conferen's because they need attendance and they need $1 million payday to go get their ass kicked at a major at a Power 5 school, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they lost all of those revenue sources.
Right.
So it's a lot easier for them to cancel the season and throw the players safe. And maybe they really are concerned. I don't want to sound totally jaded. I think it's a legit concern.
Yeah.
But if they were bringing in as much money as some of the Power 5 schools, I wonder if they would actually cancel.
That's
if
a good
suddenly
point.
They would be less concerned. So we'll see. It's funny how just my optimism level goes back and forth.
Yeah, I know.
Like
you keep like last week you were like, I want to be positive.
At first I was like, they're a few months ago, they're definitely gonna play. They're definitely not gonna play.
Yeah.
A week ago I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna play.
Yeah.
And now I don't know. We'll see. I will agree with what one of those tweets said, that it's gonna make it easier for university presidents to say we got to cancel this.
What's interesting though to me is that these are I feel like these are kind of contradicting statements. Biggest thing is unknown long-term impact of COVID, says the first Power 5 source. The Power 5 AD though says you and your colleagues are chasing the wrong story. It's the players meeting. So does that mean that is the Power 5? So this guy says he has a Power 5 AD hitting him up.
Right.
Is the other Power 5 source like the ball boy on a team or something?
Who knows?
So either these Power 5 schools are not necessarily on the same page, which is
they're definitely not. They're all that's a total freaking free for all right now.
I would think that the Power 5 would be really smart for them to really stay kind of put all their heads together, and I don't know.
They're not though. They're more separated than they've ever been right now because they're all fucking desperate.
Yeah.
We also saw the whatever conference Eastern Washington was in, they shut it down.
Yeah.
I think if you're not in the Power 5, you should definitely shut it down because you're not going to make money and you're putting people potentially at risk.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Power 5 still play because, again, I'm not... Yes, the players are at risk, but everybody's at risk. Who's not at risk?
True.
If you're going to tell me that the players are going to stay in they all have 1-bedroom apartments and they're never going to leave ever.
Nah, I mean,
then great. Hey, yeah, they're safer.
It's
totally
unrealistic though.
But right now it's okay, you can play football and get tested every day and have doctors surrounding you and making sure you're okay. And coaches reminding you not to be a fucking idiot and teammates reminding you not to be stupid, or you turn them loose and they're doing whatever the hell they want. Now, that's going to be handled differently by a lot of players. Some players will take it just like everybody else, right? We know people who haven't left their house.
Yeah.
And we know people who are being idiots, right? It's going to be the same with players. But this is just my opinion. I have no data to back this up, but I think you're going to see as many players more players get COVID if there's not a season than if there is one. It might not be the same guys. That's the thing. It might not be the same people getting it, but I think you just turn them loose and they're gonna do some dumb shit and still get it. So I don't know.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if there's any sort of tally kind of kept, because like when this all popped off, there was the report that 23 Clemson players got it, or I think it was around 23.
Right.
Will teams be testing? Like, if there's no season, will there be testing still?
No,
like,
they're going to be doing nothing. They're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be monitored at all.
So we probably won't even know. Like,
no, there's no way to prove what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just a theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows? But
I agree with you though. I think yeah. I mean, college students are dumb, especially, you got athletes who are probably confident in their own immune system because they're like these physical specimens. So, which I mean, I probably would be too, honestly. So, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where this is all gonna go. I was listening to a dogman.com, so they obviously cover the University of Washington Husky football team and other sports, but they sounded like they're like this season's not going to happen. I was like, wow, okay. I was surprised to hear that from them because they have some sources and whatnot, but I still think the season is going to happen unless things get worse. Like if there's a spike, then, But let me put it this way. It won't take much. Like, it ain't going to take much for them to pull the plug.
No.
Like, one little thing. Like, that scale is balanced right now, and you drop a pubic hair on the scale, and it's going to fall the other direction. So, anyway, on that note.
Yeah.
What else we got?
So I think moving on to our last thing, unless you got... Actually, no, let's do Stooge of the Week. Who do you got for Stooge of the Week?
Oh, God, I don't...
I'm gonna go with Clay Travis. I think maybe I already used him before, but Clay Travis and Darren Ravel, both of them are getting my Stooge of the Week. They just constantly fight on Twitter about COVID stuff, and both of them are idiots, and they both just get absolutely shit on Twitter. Like, pretty much every tweet they have is ratioed, which means it has more replies than like retweets or likes. So, and yeah, usually when you have more replies than likes, it's not a good sign for you. I tweeted out like last week, I'll pull it up, that I want them to fight because I think it would be really funny. First of all, Clay Travis is a bigger stooge than Ravel because Clay Travis is like, he was like, oh, we won't have more than 200 cases. Oh, we won't have more than 1,000 cases. We won't, and he just kept going, and he still is trying to put out points, and he calls people that want things to be canceled because of Corona bros. Yeah. That's his. It's like
Corona bros.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna get my Stooge of the week. Do you have anyone that did anything stupid this week?
I'm drawing kind of a blank. I forgot, but I would like to. I would like to honor someone with our Stooge of the Week segment.
Yeah.
I think we should hereby, moving forward, call this the Howard Schultz Stooge of the Week.
I like that actually.
To honor the biggest stooge of all time, because fuck
the
Howard
fuck Howard
Schultz.
The fuck Howard Schultz Stooge of the Week.
So that's my contribution.
Yeah. Presented by...
He gets the Lifetime Achievement Award for Stooge. For Stooge. For his stoogeness.
It's like the Nobel Peace Prize, but it's like the Schultz Stooge. The Schultz Stooge Prize. This is my tweet. It got 1 like, so it popped off, obviously. I want to see Clay Travis and Darren Ravel get in the ring because, if each of them are getting hit in the face, I mean, everyone's taking dubs. So,
true.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing on our list. ESPN put out a list ranking each team's position groups.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to have you do, I texted you the link.
Oh, yeah.
So you already heard this. You already know the rankings, right?
Yeah, I'd already looked at them previously.
So for me, the only one I saw was quarterback. The Seahawks were 2. The Chiefs were 1.
What do you think you would have guessed?
I would have guessed that. I would have guessed Chiefs, Seahawks, Ravens. Actually, wait, no. It's not Chiefs, Seahawks, Ravens, though. Ravens are 4th. The New Orleans is 3rd.
New Orleans is 3rd, then Baltimore. Then
I guess if you're looking at the total quarterback room, then you got...
I think it's mostly about the starter.
I mean, yeah, but like, who Seattle's Geno Smith? It's like...
it's mostly about the,
and who does Kansas... Yeah, anyway. So yeah, what we're going to do is I'm going to guess who's number 1, and I'm going to guess where the Seahawks are for all the position groups. And then you're going to tell me that I was right. Yeah, so you got it pulled up?
Yeah, hold on a second here. For some reason it's not letting me jump to...
Yeah, so here, I'll just show the quarterback ones. Oh wait, that's my tweet still. Hold on. Oop. All right. Let me make this bigger. So, quarterback units. We got Kansas City, Seattle, New Orleans, Baltimore, Houston number 5. So you got Deshaun Watson ranking 1 spot above Tom Brady, and then wow, they got Dak at 7. They have Dak at 7 in the NFL 100. They had Dak at the 7th best quarter. I think it was the NFL 100. They have him at the same ranking for quarterbacks. I'm not sure actually, but wow, wait, Dad, I just realized they have Carson Wentz above Aaron Rodgers.
That's actually really surprising.
I'm an Aaron Rodgers I'm kind of an Aaron Rodgers hater, but I mean I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I just think he's been overrated since 2015. But for ESPN to put Carson Wentz over Aaron Rodgers is very surprising because usually the people that are anti-Rodgers are the analytical guys.
Right, yeah.
So I'm surprised. I feel like there's a lot of football guys at these networks writing these stories. Who did this? Mike Clay? Did Mike Clay do this by himself?
I'm sure he had input from a lot of people.
Yeah. Position by which is weighted consensus based on positional importance. Also included for each position is a brief outlook. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm guessing he didn't do it totally by himself, but yeah. Who's at the bottom? Mitch Trubisky is at the bottom. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Wow.
Damn. Wow, that's disrespectful to Teddy Bridgewater. Have him 3rd to last? The fuck?
That's a little surprising.
Putting him below like Dwayne Haskins and Drew Lock.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And Tyrod Taylor. Why is Daniel Jones at 21? Why is he so high?
That. I think, I don't think that guy's going to be much.
This list is trash.
I feel like they got the top part pretty good.
Yeah, the top part's pretty solid.
You can question Aaron Rodgers a little bit, but other than that...
I kind of like where Aaron Rodgers is. I don't think I would put him below Carson Wentz, but I would put him at 8. I think I would put him at 8. Actually, no, I'd put him at 7. I'd probably put Tom Brady behind him.
Yeah. Okay, so should we move to running
Okay,
backs?
yeah, you're ready?
Yeah.
All right. That wasn't a loud noise.
Okay, so who do you think's ranked number 1?
Sorry, can you repeat that into the mic? I think I accidentally muted you for a sec.
Which running back unit do you think is ranked number 1?
Okay. So it's unit. Probably. I mean, it's got to be Carolina.
Carolina's 3rd.
Whoa. Tennessee.
Whoa, Tennessee is 10.
What the fuck? What?
I think with running backs, they do look more at.
Okay, then
unit.
Chargers.
Chargers are.
They have Eckler and Melvin Gordon.
Chargers are 20.
What the fuck is this list? They have Eckler and Melvin Gordon.
Wow.
Okay. Cowboys. They have Tony Pollard and they have Zeke.
4th.
Okay. Where? Don't tell me it's the Giants.
2.
What the fuck? Who is the Giants' backup running back?
Know.
What the
Where
fuck
do you
is
think
this,
the Seahawks
man?
are ranked? So the Seahawks have who's their starter?
Carson and Penny,
and then they got Penny, who's on the pup right now, and then some kind of unproven guys.
11th.
Ooh, you're really close. 12th.
Okay.
And I think I would bump them up a little bit.
I think I would too. Who's for? Wait. Okay. Saints? No. Ravens.
Nope.
I'm missing something really dumb. Is this a bad list, or am I missing something really bad?
This team has 2 pretty solid guys.
Okay, just tell me.
Yeah, it's Cleveland Browns. You got Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Okay. Where are the Chargers?
They're LAC, right? LA
Yeah.
Chargers. Yeah, they're 23rd.
What in what world?
So Cleveland.
God damn.
Cleveland, New York, Carolina, Dallas, Minnesota, New Orleans, Green Bay, Denver, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Baltimore. Seattle.
And Green Bay should be higher too. They got Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams? Yeah. And then they got, I'm pretty sure their third guy is pretty decent too. What? This is, wow. 23rd, man. Who's right above them?
Let's see. Right above them is Arizona.
Who?
With that.
Kenyon Drake?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, that one seems a little.
Is Melvin
weird.
Gordon hurt? Is that what?
Did he sign somewhere? Is he still? I don't even know if is he still with that team.
Am I dumb? What's happening with Melvin Gordon? Because move on to the next thing.
Okay, receivers.
Okay, receivers. Okay, I'm gonna guess that Tampa Bay is number 1.
Number 2.
Okay.
I think I would put them number 1 personally.
I guess.
But you do. What receivers are interesting. So you're going to look at, well, probably any team's first 3 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
But really, like, you do want to know who 4 and 5 are because they're going to play as well.
Oh wait, he's on the Broncos now. Yeah, I'm dumb.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh God, I look so dumb. God, fuck.
Well,
fuck,
I mean,
oh God.
Who knows? Like, we're not following the Chargers.
Yeah. No one's following the Chargers.
No.
So.
No one is. Only the fans of their opponents.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, fans. Okay. Saints.
Saints are 8th.
And before I guess again who number 1 is, the Seahawks are number 14.
Oh, you're pretty close again. Number 12.
Okay.
Which I think is fair. You've got.
I think it's fair, but I think it's gonna move up.
I think
in the middle of the season.
But also, who's their number 3 and 4? You know what I mean?
I mean, well, true. I guess right now, I think they're gonna get Josh Gordon by the end of the season.
Probably. Yeah. And I think Metcalf is gonna have some really even stronger numbers this year, and Lockett's a solid guy. I think they could move up, but yeah, I think that's fair for right
Falcons? They have Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones.
6th.
Okay, who is it?
Dallas is number 1.
Oh yeah, they got Amari Cooper and CD. They got CD Lamb. Is that who they got?
Yeah.
CD Lamb, and then they also got that other deep threat. Okay,
yeah.
I guess. Who did I say that you said? who did I say first? Who's second? Was it second?
Tampa Bay is second.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay is better still.
So Dallas, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Cincinnati.
Whoa. Cincinnati.
Well, they've got AJ Green. They drafted a big name guy who I forget who that is now, and then of course they have former Husky John Ross.
Yeah.
I think I might move. I would probably move KC up. Like I just think.
Oh, they got T Higgins.
Yeah, T Higgins.
Yeah. Yeah, KC. What the hell? Where are they at?
7. I think
yeah.
Move them up a
move
little bit.
Up.
I'd put them. I'd rather have their. I don't know. It's a quarterback situation too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have. Sorry, here scrolling. Oh my God. Okay. Tight end. Okay. Okay. Ravens. Ravens are 6th.
6. Eagles.
Number 1.
Okay. Yes. Damn. How's it the first one I got? Seahawks are gonna be number 19.
Oh, you're close again. 17.
Damn. I'm kind of killing it with the Seahawks.
The Seahawks, it's an interesting one. I mean, they could be really bad or they could be really good.
Man, if Disley is as good as it looked like he was gonna be, they're gonna be like number 5. Like, yeah, they move up a lot.
If Olsen and Disley stay healthy, they're gonna be way up there.
Yeah.
If they both get hurt, which they probably will.
And also Disley could completely not be good. Like, I would not be surprised.
The Hollister show again.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Okay. So and then obviously with Kittle, San Francisco's number 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
KC's 3. So that all makes sense. Scrolling on my phone here.
Yeah.
Offensive line.
Offensive line, Colts.
Yes.
And then Seahawks are going to be 29. No. They're going to be 26.
Whoa, God, you're really close on these. 25.
God damn.
We're moving up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So the top few here: Indy, New Orleans, Dallas, Green Bay, Philly, Cleveland.
Let's go. Let's go.
Seattle number 25.
All right. Yeah. Seahawks need to up their game there. Obviously, they've been needing to up their game.
They have a lot of offensive linemen. They're just not very good.
Yeah.
Okay, defensive tackle. So they're separating the tackles from the edge rushers.
God. See, this is where
this is hard. Like, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Where do you think the Seahawks are? Let's start with that.
I think they're going to be like 24.
You're pretty close. 27.
All right, yeah. 20. Damn, that's really bad.
Which I don't. I think, I could see them moving up pretty quickly. I'm a Puna fan. I think he's a really good run stopper. And then you've got Jaron Reed, who had a little bit of a disappointing season last year. I think his 10 sack season was an anomaly.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a 4 sacks, 5 sacks kind of guy. But he's a solid player. I think they're maybe ranked a little low there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
49ers?
Gosh, that's actually surprising because I would think I would have put them up, but they're 16th.
Oh wow.
But they're
Steelers?
Number 2.
Oh. Fuck. Rams.
Rams are third.
Ah, shit.
So top few teams, or do you want me to go? You want me to say
Yeah, just go.
top few teams are Philly.
Philly, yeah.
But
Okay.
here's the thing: nobody pays attention to defensive tackles.
Yeah,
We just don't. They don't.
No.
Defensive tackles occupy blockers,
Yeah.
so somebody else can get tackles. So it's that you really have to dig into the film to see who the best defensive tackles are, especially now. Unless you have the Aaron Donalds that pop up here and there. But okay, edge rushers.
49ers.
Yes, number 1.
All right, and then Seahawks are gonna be. Seahawks are gonna be. God, I have no clue. They're gonna be 23rd.
29th.
Damn. Yeah.
I think it's they don't have any names at all.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little better than that.
I think so too.
I think Bruce Irvin's going to contribute, and what's the other guy? I can't remember. If I don't know their names, I guess that's not a good sign.
Yeah, true.
And I think they're going to end up getting Everson Griffin, possibly.
God, I would love that so much. It'd be so nice.
So I think they're going to end up being better than that, but they're not going to be. If they get to the middle of the pack, I think we'll all be very happy.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've got
Is it secondary?
linebacker.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks are like third.
They are number 1.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which you got Bobby Wagner. You got KJ.
Yeah.
Who's I think it's been one of the most underrated players.
I agree.
Over the last few years.
Cody Barton.
Cody Barton.
Big old Barton, baby.
Yeah.
Woo.
So Seattle, Dallas, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, Houston. Again, linebacker, not a position that we notice as much, probably.
I guess they do cornerbacks and safeties separate.
Yes.
Okay.
So corners. Oops. Now, okay, let me specify. This came out before. So this is with we don't have Dunbar for this list.
Patriots.
Number 2. Number 1, I just don't know. It's not.
Just tell me, I guess.
The Chargers.
Oh yeah, okay.
Baltimore 3.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Baltimore's got good corners.
Seattle. I'm gonna guess that they're at 17.
Yeah, you're in the neighborhood anyway. 12.
Okay.
And you got one really good corner.
I agree with that, by the way. I just thought that they were gonna be ranked. I thought they were gonna be ranked too low.
You got one really good corner, but he didn't have any interceptions.
Yeah.
And then the guy on the other side played. I think Trey Flowers played better than.
He's just when you're matched up on Devontae Adams on third down every single time, 1-on-1. Yeah. It's like you're just putting him in a bad spot.
He committed some really bad penalties, but he's not terrible. So I imagine with Dunbar they'll move up that list significantly.
Mm-hmm. Safeties. This is after the Jamal Adams trade, right?
Yes.
So we're number 1. So we're number 1. If we're not, it's bullshit.
This does indicate we are number 3.
Fucking bullshit. Okay.
I don't know that our free safety gets
Pittsburgh.
No.
I don't know.
Pittsburgh's 11.
I don't know.
Minnesota, and they do have two really good safeties in Buffalo.
Buffalo? I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about either of those, actually. No, fuck that. No, we're number 1. Jamal Adams is the best safety in the league. Top 3. Quandre Diggs is the most underrated safety in the league. Top 3.
So Diggs, I think, I don't know that people know of him all that well that haven't watched the Seahawks a lot. He's, I think, an underrated player nationally. Okay, and then the final one is overall outlook. So who has the best overall rosters? No. Now, keep in mind, I think the way that they did this is, obviously, if you have a great quarterback, you move way up the rankings.
Yeah.
I think they balanced this out, so like your defensive tackles count as much as your quarterback. And
did they? I mean? Really?
Just for the purposes of overall roster.
Hold on. At the end, an overall ranking is shown, which is weighted consensus based on positional importance. Being elite at quarterback is obviously more important than being elite at running back. So yeah, they actually. Correction.
Delete everything I just said. I mean, why would people start listening to what I say now? Anyway?
Overall outlook. So it's not the Chiefs.
So this kind of surprises
49ers?
No. The 49ers, where are they? 49ers are 8th.
I don't know then. I don't know.
I think I agree with number 1.
If you're surprised, then I don't think they have a great quarterback.
Well, I'm surprised Kansas City... I'm surprised Kansas City's not number 1.
It's not Dallas, is it? They didn't put Dallas there.
Dallas is 2.
What the fuck, man?
Well, it's Dallas.
God damn it. The Ravens?
Ravens are 5.
Saints?
Yes.
Okay.
And I get that. I mean, they're really good at every position.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, Breeze is still good. And yeah, they have a lot of elite players spread out through their team, so I get that. Where do you think the Seahawks are?
8th.
San Francisco's 8th.
Oh wait, yeah.
But you're really close.
9th.
9th, yeah.
I did pretty good here.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
pretty good.
Especially with the Seahawks, you were right on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think. So you have New Orleans, Dallas, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, KC, Indianapolis. I don't know about. I guess Indy's got a pretty good roster.
Yeah.
San Francisco, Seattle. That's not bad.
Who's the bottom 3?
The Jets are dead last.
Tough.
And the DC football team.
Wow, not the Jags?
Jags are 30th.
Damn. Wow. I really think the Jags are going to... I don't know. I mean, oh my God. Imagine the Jags get the number 1 pick and they don't draft Trevor Lawrence because they're rolling with Gardner Minshew.
That would be hilarious.
That's a universe that I hope we live in. All right. Yeah, I got to piss really bad. So let's go ahead and end things off here unless you got anything else.
I got nothing.
All right. Once again, Mason Charles Coe on Twitter, AaronCo29. Check out the book, ebook on Amazon, hardcover on lulu.com. If you made it this far, thank you very much. And yeah, have a good week. Peace out.
Have a good one. See ya.